Hello to everyone. My name is NC Lightworker and welcome to the Black Off Grid YouTube channel. This video is part of the Real Talk video series where we are going to discuss issues as it relates to homesteading, prepping, and self-reliance before, during, and after a catastrophic event. I have a second YouTube channel under the name of NC Lightworker that will give you insight into my personal views and outlook regarding the future. I do not respond to questions, comments, or emails because as a lightworker, I am only here to present the information. The purpose of this video is to create an open forum for like-minded people. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to post your location in the intro video to this channel. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get started. This commentary was inspired by a video that was made by another black prepper on YouTube. A lot of his videos are geared towards motivating people to leave the cities, to come out of her, as he would say. Now, he mentioned that people often email him excuses as to why they are quote-unquote stuck and cannot leave the city. In the video titled Homesteading 101, How to Get Started, I mentioned the importance of daydreaming about your future homestead. Now, there are two types of people in this world, the spectators and the doers. The spectators like to sit back and watch other people do the work and live the life that they only dream of, whereas the doers are the ones that use their power to turn their dreams into reality. Revolution is underway and it will not be televised. Life is a test, survival of the fittest. I came into the harsh realization that survival is not meant for everyone. The world is changing, and there are some people that simply will not possess the strength to be able to exist in the new world. As I mentioned in previous videos, it is no coincidence that you are seeking information about prepping. It is no coincidence that you keep coming back to the idea of living off the grid. This is a way that God is trying to prepare His people. This is a way of God calling you back to your roots. So which one are you? A spectator or a doer? If you are merely a spectator in this thing that we call life, then my message to you is this: move, get out the way. Life is a test, survival of the fittest, and survival is not meant for everyone. The videos in the Real Talk series are for the purpose of creating dialogue among like-minded people. Now, one of the great things about every major SHTF event is that there are always telltale signs. The Great Depression of the 1920s and 30s was not a situation to where life was good and jobs were plentiful, and then the very next day everyone was standing in the welfare line. No. An economic collapse, like the Great Depression, occurs in phases. So let's examine the difference between a spectator and a doer as it relates to survival. A doer will trust their intuition and take action. A spectator will find an excuse to justify every reason to not take action. But I don't want to lose my job. The spectator will not realize that their job is in the process of being phased out. if it is not done in the form of layoffs, outsourcing, or business closures, then eventually their job will be replaced by a computerized system. The spectator does not realize an economic collapse has a domino effect. This is something that was recently experienced in this country after the housing market crash of 2008. A high level of unemployment equals a lower tax base. This is why cities had to reduce services, lay off police officers, and close schools. All of these events occurred just over 10 years ago. As mentioned in the video titled, The Global Collapse in the Year 2023 versus the Great Depression, Americans have always had a chronic case of amnesia. A doer will be prepared. They will have a homestead that will allow them to be self-reliant. The doer is willing to get their hands dirty to be able to grow their own food for free. Every week, when they go to the grocery store, the spectator will continue to complain about the high cost of food and do absolutely nothing about it. During SHTF, the spectator will wait in line for food rations from the government. They will do whatever the system tells them because they have no other way of feeding themselves. No man shall buy nor sell without the mark of the beast. The spectator, because they failed to prepare, will gladly accept the mark of the beast. The doer will not need to buy from the system because doers are self-reliant. Just like the Most High God, a doer is a creator in their own right. A doer can make their own clothes. A doer can build their own shelter. And a doer can grow their own food. A doer has the understanding that everything you need to survive can be sourced directly from the earth. A doer will not need to buy nor sell because the doer will barter with other preppers from their community. And last but not least, a doer will have a plan and will be ready, whereas the spectator will have everything taken from them by someone else who was stronger. In the video titled, Dear Slaves, Stop Whipping Your Own Back, which is on my second YouTube channel, I mentioned that slavery in America never ended after the Civil War. A new, more sophisticated form of slavery was developed. This new form of slavery created the illusion of freedom for everyone, regardless of race. Most people work a 9 to 5 in order to pay for shelter, to pay for utilities, and to pay for groceries. All of these things are provided by the very system that we are a slave to. When you are not self-reliant, you are essentially paying the system to remain in captivity. As a light worker, it is my job to educate you, not entertain you. Okay, folks, so let's do the math. The average life expectancy in the United States is roughly 79 years old. So let's assume the cost of food per day is $4. So ever since the age of 18 until your death, you paid for your own food. Okay, so that's 61 years times 365 days times $4 a day, which is equal to $89,060. At 25 years old, you got married and bought a house. According to the 2010 U.S. Census, the median cost of a house is approximately $222,000. However, a 30-year mortgage at a 4% interest rate, the final cost of the house is $398,520. Let's not forget that before you got married, you were single for 7 years and lived in an apartment. So let's assume the rent was $900 and the utilities were $300 per month. Over a 7-year period, this is equal to $100,800. Your spouse was also 25 years old when you guys met, so the cost of food for them over the 54-year period of your marriage is $78,840. You have 3 kids. The total cost of providing food for them until the age of 18 is $78,840. With more people living in the house, of course, your total utility bill increased to $400 per month. You lived in the house for 54 years. The total utility expense is a whopping $259,200. Now, because your kids are so smart, they went to college. So that's $20,400 per year times 4 years times 3 kids is equal to $244,800. You have had 4 vehicles in your lifetime at $20,000 each, which is equal to $80,000. Each vehicle was on the road for 10 years, and the cost of gas was $80 per month. Total cost of gas over a 10-year span for 4 vehicles is equal to $38,400. Vehicle insurance per month is also $80, so let's go ahead and add another $38,400. Let's assume the cost of health care per person is $75 per month. This is equal to $48,600 for your 3 kids up to the age of 18, $71,100 during your lifetime, and $48,600 for your spouse during the duration of your marriage. Okay, folks, so I'm going to stop right there. So let's compare income versus expenses. Now, the median salary in the United States is approximately $52,000 per year, times 30 years of working on a job is equal to $1,560,000. Now, of course, in actuality, it is less than that due to taxes and other payroll deductions. The total lifetime expenses that we have calculated so far is equal to $1,575,160, which leaves you $15,160 in debt. Slaves were not paid for their labor, and this new form of slavery is no different. It specializes in creating the illusion of freedom for everyone. Under this new form of slavery, you don't actually live, you only exist. Now there are some of you out there that may be thinking, well, the problem with this scenario is that the spouse does not work. If you are thinking this, then unfortunately, you have missed the entire point of this commentary. The spouse does not work because I am old school and I believe that the man should be the breadwinner of the family. However, I want you to think about all the expenses I did not mention, like clothing expense for a family of 5, your student loan payments, home repairs, family vacations, etc., etc., etc. So even if the spouse did work, it would be safe to say that her income went towards the other household expenses. The point of this commentary and the purpose of the Black Off Grid channel is to ring the alarm, to get my people to wake up and do whatever it takes to unplug from the system. If true freedom does not motivate you to take action, then move, get out the way. Us doers got a lot of work that needs to be done. Be strong and stay encouraged, and I will see you on the other side. The Homestead Research Guide, What You Need to Know Before Buying Land, is now available. The price of the book includes everything: taxes, shipping, the whole shebang, and the proceeds will help me to continue to make more videos for the Black Off Grid channel. Thank you in advance for your support.